Nigel, you've set some lap records just about everywhere you've been. Take us through what's been achieved this winter in track testing.
Well, it's been quite phenomenal, really. I mean, we started off at Firebird West, which is in Phoenix, and we went approximately about 7-8 tenths quicker there. But the thing was, we got a feel of the new car, and it was very, very promising. Immediately then, we went on to the Phoenix Oval, which is perhaps not one of my favourite places for obvious reasons. And then we set a new track record there, and actually was the first person to do a sub 20-second lap, which is over 180 miles an hour average on a mile oval, which has never been done in America before. And then from there we went back to California, to Monterey, to Laguna Seca, where we actually struggled last year in the race. And we lowered that track record by a second a lap. And then we finished the winter testing now here at Sebring in Florida, and I'm very pleased to say that with the same aerodynamic setup we had last year, we've gone almost 3 seconds a lap quicker, which is pretty phenomenal.
You're looking very fit and very healthy. What else have you been doing over the winter? You've been doing a lot of training?
I've been working real hard this winter because obviously the injury I sustained last year. And I'm as fit, if not fitter, than when I started the 1992 season in Formula One. And people who knew me over in Formula One will know what that means. I was very fit, very hungry, and a lot lighter. And I'm absolutely thrilled. I've been working out sometimes upwards of 5.5 hours a day. And when you say 5.5 hours, sometimes that only means 3, but I'm telling you it's 5.5 and sometimes 6 or 7. And I'm very, very pleased at the progress we've made.
You're going to be able to defend your championship in the manner in which you won it, which is what you've always wanted.
Absolutely.
How hungry does that make you this year?
Well, I mean, I had a decision process to make really in October, November of last year, as how to set out the parameters for 1994. We didn't know what the new car was going to be like, whether it would be significantly better or a lot better. But the only thing I could control myself totally was my own personal fitness. And then you've got to get your motivation, because to dedicate 5 and sometimes 6 hours a day to fitness and training is, you have to manage your life and your family. And I've made that commitment because I'd really like to defend this championship, and you know, I'm told by a lot of people it hasn't been done in many, many years, so it'd be nice to try and achieve that.
Last year on the road courses and the street courses, you struggled a little bit compared to the oval.
Yeah.
What was the problem then, and what's been done to put that right?
Well, I mean, there's a number of things really. Aerodynamically, last year's car was inferior. I think it was even inferior to the 92 car because some of the regulation changes. And I think the step forward that Lola have made now this winter with the new car is pretty phenomenal. I won't sort of quote percentages, but I mean, they have made a major contribution to you know, the exciting testing that we've actually had this year.
As you said, you went the first sub 20-second lap at PIR, Phoenix International Raceway.
That's correct.
Last year when you had your accident, you were going into that corner, turn 1, at 180 miles an hour. This year you went in and you sub 20-second lap at 190 miles an hour. How is that possible?
I know, it's actually 195 miles an hour. The engine's a little bit better, but the drag of the car is far less. The efficiency of this new car is far better, and so we've actually picked up over 10 miles an hour down the straight. You know, partly engine, but a lot with the car.
Last year at the end of the championship in San Francisco, you collected your award, Big Cup, rapturous applause there. And then over the winter you've collected a lot more awards. You've been on the David Letterman show, you're going on it again before Surfers Paradise. You seem to have been accepted by the American establishment. How much does that mean to you?
Well, I think it means everything, really. I mean, to be voted in my first year here Driver of the Year, totally, and to have the amount of votes that we actually got, and we won the ESPY Awards again, obviously going on the David Letterman show and various other things that have happened are very, very important. I mean, more important than I understand because I'm not American. But certainly for the American sponsors is very, very significant indeed. And you know, the thing that's more important to me is the fans over here, and you know, they've accepted me and they've supported, and you know, we have a lot of exciting times, and that's very satisfying.
You've won 2 championships now. You know in your mind what it'll take to win this championship again. Can you put that into words for us? Yeah,
I mean, harder than ever. I mean, the thing is, there's more people, which we say, gunning for you. There's more people which have got more motivation to try and beat you. when you put one championship together, it's one championship. When you put two, obviously it's the second one. And you know, it's amazing how people can raise their game. And I'd say in IndyCar racing from last year to this year, James, the standards have already gone far higher. People are paying very special attention to the way I do a slow down lap, for instance, and then I put a real hot lap in. And to my amazement, Jim McGee, the engineer, and Michael Andretti, for instance, coming back at Laguna Seca, they are actually copying some of the things I'm doing on the circuit now to try and get that one ultimate lap out of the tyres. Because obviously in Formula One we're used to qualifying tyres, or we did a lot of work with qualifying tyres, although they're banned now. And over here, even for a standard race tyre, what we call a control tyre, there's still only one ultimate lap. You can sort of get a real good time, and then the grip goes off just a little bit. And at the moment, I feel very comfortable trying to get that hot lap, but everyone else has copied what I'm doing now, and they're getting the hot laps too. So it's going to be a lot tougher. And you know, defending a championship is not like winning a championship. There's sort of a little bit more pressure there. There's bigger expectation. But the thing is, as I always said in my career, pressure is what you make it yourself. And I think some of the training I've done and new relationships I've just started this winter will help me a lot.
Well, it's your second year in Indy cars. You feel obviously more comfortable with everything. You know everybody around. What thing are you most looking forward to in 1994?
Not getting lost. You know, arriving at airports in different states and knowing roughly where the hotel is and where the track is. And you know, there's a lot of anxious moments last year, taking the wrong turns off the motorways, which might sound, you know, minuscule to you, but it's just comfort zones. And then knowing really, you know, who are the good people and who are the people you've got to be careful of because, you know, they work for the opposition or whatever. And I think all those comfort zones are very, very important. They're in place now. The whole year working together with the team, the boys and mechanics, everybody knows everybody now, and just doing your job is far easier, so I'm thrilled about that.